how important is japa? Where does it stand in the overall process? Is it necessary? Is it essential? Is it fundamental? Is it extracurricular? Where does it stand? So we're going to talk about some of the things that Prabhupada said in letters or in his books, and briefly explain. In a letter to one of his disciples, after Prabhupada chanted on his beads, as the Guru does at the time of initiation, when the disciple is accepting the Guru, Prabhupada wrote him and said, your beads are your connection to Krishna. So that's another way of saying the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is your connection. Or I would rephrase that or expand upon that and saying, your beads, that's your main connection. So don't stop chanting. Chanting is your main connection. Another time, or often Prabhupada used to say, the chanting of your rounds, in this case, of course, as initiated disciples, 16 rounds, is your ticket back to Godhead. And many times he said, if you follow the principles and you chant 16 rounds, you will go back to Godhead in this lifetime. So I don't want you to feel guilty about not chanting 16 rounds if you're not. It's a goal that you can work for. If you desire to become Krishna conscious, that's something you can work for. But whatever your number is, that's fine. Here Prabhupada established this standard, and he said, if you chant 16 rounds, then you can go back. It's your ticket back to Godhead. Now, when we take initiation, it is the only vow we take, actually. That's interesting. The only thing we promised to do, we promised not to do 4 things, and we promised to do 1 thing. And the only thing we promised to do is to chant 16 rounds. So that must be very important, don't you think? That if it's 16 rounds, and that's the only thing we promise, that it must be important, yeah. Prabhupada said our spiritual strength depends on 16 rounds. It's the most important activity in Bhakti. It's the activity which validates all other activities, without which we could not become fully Krishna conscious and awaken our love. It is the pivotal activity in this age of Kali. So we can't minimize it. Everything is important, everything is good, but this is the essentially important activity. It's the foundation for all the other activities. It's Prabhupada once said in one of his books, of all the regulative principles, the chanting of Hare Krishna, in this case chanting 16 rounds, is the most essential. So essential is one thing, most essential. And most essential of all the regulative principles, of all the things we could do in spiritual life, this is the most essential. We can't remove it. And what else did Prabhupada say? It's it's the most important of all the processes, as I said. And the last point, it can awaken love of God. Chanting Hare Krishna can fully awaken the highest levels of love of God. In that Maha Mantra, love of God exists. So the idea is that if we're going to chant on a regular basis, which I'm encouraging you to do, we have to understand why it's important. And so if you want to practice spiritual life, if you're in any way serious about advancing in spiritual life, then it's essential that you chant every day. And so when you understand it, then it's easier to make time for it, to give it priority. Because if you're going to chant well, as we said in earlier lessons, you want to give it some very special time. And so that means you have to give it a priority so you'll make the time. And you have to give it an internal priority so that while you're chanting, you're not thinking and doing other things. So the basis of this lesson is simply to inspire you to make that time, to make it a priority by understanding how essentially important it is amongst all the other processes. And you don't want to do anything in your spiritual life that would minimize your ability to chant, because it's so important.